Welcome to Pick 6, Week 6, here on ABC 6. Nick Coit, Ian Steele here, as always. And tonight is a big one. When it comes to high school football games in Rhode Island, the legendary Keith Jackson would call it the granddaddy of them all.
Absolutely. The annual showdown of rivals, our primetime matchup, Hendricken and LaSalle. And it's a little different this season with the Rams coming into the clash as the defending state champions. The Hawks hungry for payback. We start with the walk out from the Rams into an electric atmosphere on Smith Street tonight.
Hey, there's no second chances. Take them out tonight. Punch that 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, Coach Croft, on the first possession, it looks like the Rams might be taking the Hawks out tonight. First play from scrimmage, Tamoy Stitchell makes the catch over the middle, gets a nice block, turns on the Jets. The only people downfield to try and catch him are his own teammates. Not a white jersey in sight. Stitchell running all the way to the end zone to take a 6-0 lead, breaking the ribbon, crossing the finish line first, and he keeps on running into that student section. A big right hook by the defending champs to get this game going. One play, one touchdown, 6-zip for the home team. That's a great way to get the crowd going, but later on, they go to the air again, and this time the one catching the ball is wearing green, double coverage, and Jonas Rivera picking off the pass, walking the tightrope up the sideline, yanked down inside the 10. The pick turns into 6-7. Actually, Hendricken goes up by a point after an Oscar Weah score, and the Hawks fans also going with a blackout theme. LSA switches their quarterback, Gray Iannetti, up top to Grover Moran, in stride for the score. The Maroon men going back in front, 12-6. That was the halftime score. Second half, the three-headed green monster got going. Weah somehow doesn't go down here, dragging the entire LaSalle student body with him deep into enemy territory, down by the goal line. They call him down, but he'd punch it in on the next play to put Hendricken back up 15-12 in the third quarter. Later in the frame, Oscar again into the promised land, standing up. Yeah, he stays up though, pulling on the horn like a train's rolling through. That pads the Hawks lead, 22-12. They grind out the clock from there, and Bishop Hendricken taking what revenge they can from a regular season victory, 22-12, handing LaSalle their first loss in Division I. Number 8, Oscar Weah, our primetime performer. Here with our primetime performer after Bishop Hendricken beats LaSalle 22-12, running back Oscar Weah. Oscar, congratulations, 3 touchdowns for you today. How much does this win over LaSalle mean for you and for your team?
Thank you. You know, we came out here today with a chip on our shoulder about last year, but this game doesn't really mean nothing because it's regular season, but we'll see them in the long run, and that's when it's going to mean some more than this game.
You mentioned it, you know, the loss in the state championship last year, not just this week, but the whole off season. How much has that motivated you and this team?
It gave us that extra push because, you know, when you lose something, you want to get back. So this year is that get back year. So we're coming for what was took from us.
In terms of this game today, you guys were down by a touchdown at halftime. What was the locker room like then, and how were you guys able to come back in the second half?
You know, the locker room was like, everybody stay calm. There's still more football left to play. We came out and we pursued it.
In terms of the way this team runs the ball, we know what Hendricken football is all about. That green monster, the three-headed green monster with you, Ronjay, and Falcone. How much camaraderie do you guys have, and how much do you know you can rely on the ground and pound offense day in and day out?
We know we all have special ability when it comes to running. So if whoever's running the ball, we know we can depend on each other. So it's really a brotherhood right there.
We know this isn't the win that you won at the end of the year, but it's still got to feel good to beat LaSalle and beat your arch rival.
Oh, it definitely feels good, especially in an atmosphere and an environment like this. Definitely feels good. That W's gonna feel good.
Oscar Weah after a big road win over the LaSalle Rams again, 22-12. The final score. Our primetime performer, Oscar. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. Hendricken gets its revenge, Ian. Interesting game.
They, for now, have the driver's seat for the number 1 seed in the Division I playoffs, and you know that one's been circled on the calendar for them all year. Even earlier today, we mentioned it at 6 o'clock. Right? On Instagram, Hendricken posted the final score from last year's state championship and saying it's time to make some more memories, essentially, make some new memories and get that game in the rearview mirror. They certainly did tonight, an impressive showing in an intense atmosphere. First play of the game, touchdown for the Rams, down a touchdown in halftime, but Bishop Hendricken getting it done, staying poised as we know they have the ability to do.
Well, that wasn't the only great game tonight. Let's get to the rest of the night's game. An interesting one for the great fan section in North Kingstown to watch tonight. The Skippers and their rowdy crowd, obviously a cowboy or farm theme there, hosting Barrington, obviously at the top of D2. So Alex McClelland and the Eagles taking their best shot at a D1 squad. And the QB, who returned from injury last week, our primetime performer last week, helping the visiting offense control things in the first half. Second quarter, visitors near the goal line. McClelland keeps it himself. Looks like inside the pylon, maybe. The official, though, says
yes.
Not quite. Not quite.
What a buzz.
Down at the 1, but it's fine. It's fine because he punches it in. Follows his line on the next play. McClelland in, and the Eagles taking a 7-0 lead. But North Kingstown does respond and just is able to pull off the win at home tonight. Play action here. Braden Rogers to the air for Gian Ayachuli. He's got the catch and just falls into the end zone. North Kingstown wins in a good one tonight. It was close. 20-19, the final.
No moral victories, but that might be one for the Eagles. Another non-league D1, D2 showdown tonight at Conley. Burrillville taking its shot at Central. Second quarter, Broncos pulling to within a score. Logan Gelinas throws on the move to the end zone. Norman Soulier makes the catch. Gets a flag for celebrating, but we don't care. It's a great highlight.
Fine.
Makes it 20-14 deficit there. Knights get the offense rolling again through the third quarter. Avani Rodriguez with the keeper, picking up a lot of yardage with his legs, flipping the field for the home team. Drive gets topped off a few plays later when Richard Bridges finds pay dirt. Central pulls away after that and wins 42-14. I had hockey on the brain. Richard.
Yeah, we'll get hockey.
The
later.
Rocket Richard.
Some early action in Pawtucket tonight. 5 o'clock kickoff. Shea hosting South Kingstown. Rebels trying to bounce back from the loss at home to Barrington last week, and the SK offense getting off to a good start. Just when you thought Tyler Denneker was stopped, he teleports some way through the Raiders defenders and runs to the end zone to make it 7-0 visitors. Then after the Rebel defense gets a stop, Amani Boama takes the punt return here. Whoop! Finds some space to the right side of the field, left side of your screen here, folks. And there he goes. Takes it back for 6 more. South Kingstown had a 14-0 lead early. Raiders making a push back, but the Rebels end up pulling away to win this one tonight, 41-14. Nice bounce back for SK. Ian?
Absolutely. Tony Barretto, SVI Sports, our guy at Cranston West tonight, and a big one for the Falcons, hosting Cumberland, unbeaten in D2 so far.
Put on a good show, too.
For sure. First quarter, home team gets on the board. Handoff goes to the big back, Ant Salas. He can't step on that ant. Nope. He makes it 7-0 Falcons. Back the other way, Andrew Ray, last week's standout for the Clippers. Direct snap, follows the line into the end zone, ties things up at 7. West gives the ball away, and Cumberland taking advantage of a turnover. Sean Taylor with the interception. That's a pick that goes inside Falcons territory. Okay. Clippers turn it into points later, though, when Ray gets the rock again, and it's becoming automatic at this point with him. Cumberland wins on the road 28-7. Sean Taylor, great safety back in the day and now.
That's a great name for a secondary player, right?
Sure.
Pure entertainment in West Warwick tonight. The Wizards band center stage on the track for the battle of the D3 unbeatens between the home team and Johnston. Panthers looking to rally in the third quarter and go to the air. Matt Clements to Tehaziel Rodriguez, just out of the reach of the defender there and inside the pylon. Johnston cuts it to a score 21-14. But the Wizards waving their wand with the rushing attack tonight, leaning on James Branch IV to go the other way. Watch, he directs his blocker. Hey, you, push over there, that way. Helps spur the big gain there.
It didn't work.
Well, he's directing traffic. It was fine. It did work because 2 plays later, Branch IV breaks tackles, and he's on cruise control to get to the end zone. He was running all over the place. Panthers make it close late, but the Wizards win 33-30 to remain undefeated. High five. High five. That's very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
To the herd at Cheraho as the Chargers host Lincoln tonight. The Lions give it to Tyler Durang up the gut, and the King of the Jungle knocks a guy over, helps him up after scoring on him, though. So nice of Tyler there. One
Very nice.
score lead for the visitors. Later on, green team punts, but it's blocked, picked up. Jarrett O'Hagan for the score, makes it 14-zip, and Lincoln wins this one big, 35-6.
O'Hagan rules. Seeing a lot of pink in Warwick tonight. Cool uniforms for Pilgrim. Every one of them on the back saying battle, fight, win on the back, which is obviously speaking to a great cause, but also it was a Pats mentality against Rogers because it was a battle, it was a fight. And, well, we'll tell you what happens here. Third quarter, an even game at 14-all with the Vikings pounce on a turnover. Francisco, that's fun to say. Aponte with the pick on the long throw. Journeys inside enemy territory. That sets up a short scoring drive, which is topped off early in the fourth quarter. Travis burrows his way with the carry into the end zone. 20-14, the lead for Rodgers. Patriots ground and pound their way back the other way, though. Good blocking set up this big run for John Kelly. He takes it 60 yards to flip the field, and flexing on him after this run, Pats with first and goal. And the home team would capitalize on that big play when Jacob Solier takes it over the goal line. No flex here, it's just, I got it. Pilgrim misses its extra point too, so this game would go to overtime, tied at 20 in the OT. Patriots defense makes a stop, so a chance to win it with a score. Chase Roberts rolls out, hits a sliding Cole Begelli. He's got the game-winning catch, and watch this. The Pilgrim militia mobbing the field around us. Patriots win it in overtime, 26-20. The final. Pretty cool scene there.
Only thing missing is the Stanford band.
I love it.
Unbelievable win by Pilgrim. Let's go down to D4. Davies looking to stay at the top of the division, taking on Scituate. The Spartans coming out strong in the second quarter. Sean O'Brien on the QB sneak. Skitty going up 7-6, putting the Pats on upset alert, Nick? No.
Okay.
Zaire Gibbo fighting through a big hit down by the goal line. He gets Davies in. They take a 12-7 lead in the halftime, and they keep that 7 on the board for the other team. Homecoming win tonight for Davies, 32-7.